Okay, so today we'll be analyzing the use of mise en scène in the movie Paris, Texas, directed by film vendors and cinematography by Robbie Mueller. According to the textbook, Looking at Movies, the term mise en scène literally means staging or putting on an action or scene, or it could be called staging. The book explains that a film's mise en scène is everything we see in every shot, including every object, every person, everything about their surroundings, and how each of these components is arranged, illuminated, and moved around. A big aspect of mise en scène is composition and design. Composition refers to the organization, distribution, balance, and relationship of actors and objects in a space, while design refers to the settings, props, costumes, lighting, and color choices that shape the film's visual style. In Paris, Texas, choices in composition and design are used to capture both the vast emptiness of the landscape and the more intimate emotional spaces of the characters' lives. An article from Beyond Cinephilia analyzes Paris, Texas, and describes the film as a visually enticing road film that centers far more on emotions than action. The article elaborates that a lot of the emotion comes from the film's composition and design. For example, in the opening desert scenes, wide shots place Travis, the main character, against the vast, empty landscape, making him look small and almost lost. This is a key composition choice that visually communicates his isolation and vulnerability. The emptiness of the desert around him emphasizes the emotional distance between Travis and the world that he's left behind. This design and this choice of shots, including the muted colors, natural sunlight, and empty spaces, adds to the feeling of desolation and reflection, in which the audience can feel how lost the character is in that moment. A big aspect of composition is the rule of thirds. Many shots in Paris, Texas follow the rule of thirds, in which it divides the frame into 3 sections, both horizontally and vertically. Sometimes, in these situations, the characters are placed off-center, which can create a visual dynamic that provides a better view of the surroundings and tell a story through the characters' relationships and their spatial area. For example, in the scene where Travis is sitting in the backseat of his brother Walt's car, we see him off-centered when he initially gets in the car, and then again during the conversation with his brother. As the camera switches between the two characters, neither are centered, stimulating the active conversation and possible tension within the scene. By positioning them on opposite sides of the frame, the director, vendors, visually reinforces the tension and disconnection in their relationship. Specifically in this scene, the director uses a shot-reverse shot technique, which is typically an open frame approach to mise en scène. In open frame staging, the environment around the character is left visible, allowing the audience to see their surroundings and the space between them. Here in the car, the interior is not tightly cropped. We can see the seats, the windows, and the passing landscape. This not only situates the characters in their environment, but also reinforces the emotional distance and the tension in their interaction, making the audience more aware of both their physical and emotional space. This careful composition extends to the film's use of color, which plays a crucial role in conveying the emotions and feelings of a character or a situation in that given scene. One of the most striking colors in the film that stands out is red. Travis's red cap in the desert immediately stands out against the muted earth tones, signaling a spark of life or potential for change within him. Red appears again in the peep show booth and in the motel or diner interiors, often associated with emotional intensity, desire, or human connection, highlighting the moments of tension and intimacy within the film. Another important color in this film is the color green. According to a visual study of Paris, Texas, there are 2 types of green that are portrayed in this movie. The first green is more neon and uncomfortable, being associated with the feelings of disconnection, such as the unsettling green that dominates the scene where Travis is at the clinic. There, you can see him physically, but emotionally he is suspended in some kind of limbo that the audience can feel. Later in the film, green takes a more positive and emotional turn. In the final scenes, Travis, Jane, and Hunter are surrounded by other greens that signal bonding and reconciliation. Travis ends the film outside of a hotel under green fluorescent lights. He's watching as Jane and Hunter reunite, and here we can see the green reflects not just isolation, but emotional complexity, where hope and connection exist alongside. Additionally, according to an article titled Paris, Texas, a Postmodernist Masterpiece, the film is filled with the colors red, white, and blue, offering symbols of America and the family life Travis and Jane might have had. This palette appears almost everywhere once Travis returns to society, serving as more of a backdrop that contrasts with the recurring use of green. The unique cinematic choices of Paris, Texas can be attributed to Wim Wenders and Robbie Mueller, but their collaboration and combined style did not stop there. According to Britannica, Wenders' films were notable for their lush visual imagery, largely because of the talent of his most frequent collaborator, cinematographer Robbie Mueller. Another recognizable film with this collaboration is The American Friend, which similarly showcases careful composed shots, expressive lighting, and a keen attention to visual storytelling. For example, The American Friend showcases similar lighting and coloration, like this scene with the overwhelming green glow. Another example is we can see the similar use of thirds, with characters deliberately placed off-centered to create a visual tension and emphasize their relationship to their surrounding space. These similarities highlight how Wenders and Mueller use their style of mise-en-scène through the use of composition, lighting, and color to convey character emotions and narrative, creating a distinct visual style that defines much of their work.